So in today's video, I'll show you how to unbox and set up the DJI Mic Mini. Now this is the single TX and RX version. It's also available in a dual transmitter version, which comes with a case. I'll leave links to both versions below in case you're looking to buy one. So I've gone ahead and removed the outer plastic packaging. Let's get it out of the box and see what's inside. And the first thing you'll find is the documentation, and that's inside this plastic bag. And that seems to be the quick start guide and a few other pieces of documentation. And next you have this bag with the mic and accessories in it, and it all comes in this neat zippered pouch, which is really cool. Let's open the zipper and see what's inside. And the first thing you'll see is the split USB-C charging cable that allows you to charge both the transmitter and receiver using one cable, and this is a USB type A cable. And that package also contains the audio cable for connection to a camera. And inside this bag I have the smartphone USB-C connector, which I'll show you how to use. And then this tiny little bag has two different kinds of wind muffs in it. And inside this tiny little bag I have the DJI Mic Mini itself. It's absolutely amazing that they were able to pack so much into such a small little device. And if you pay close attention, it comes with the actual magnetic clip on the back and the actual mechanical clip built into the device. And inside the next tiny little bag you have the actual charger dock, and that charger dock seems to be for the actual Mic Mini itself, and the actual Mic Mini transmitter unit just seats in there to charge up, and I'll show you the whole charging setup in a minute. And last but not least, inside one of those tiny little plastic bags you have, very importantly, the DJI Mic Mini receiver unit. And before you start using the Mic Mini, I highly recommend you charge both units up. And to charge these units up, you're going to use the split USB-C charging cable that came with the unit. I'm going to plug the receiver unit in on the bottom, and then the other USB end plugs into the charging dock for the transmitter unit. And you can then plug this into any USB-A port, which is a regular full-size USB port, or you can even plug it into a USB power adapter like this one. Now, to connect your receiver unit to a smartphone, the first step is to slide this cover on the bottom of that receiver unit and remove it. That's just a protective cover. And then I'm going to grab the provided USB-C smartphone adapter, and you have to ensure that the orange arrow on the smartphone adapter matches up with this tiny little arrow right up here on the bottom of the receiver unit. So let's match those up and then just slide that in till it locks into place, and then you can plug the whole unit in to the USB port on the bottom of your smartphone. Now, another thing you'll notice, as soon as you plug it into your USB port on your smartphone, the transmitter actually turns on, but you'll notice that it isn't receiving any information from any microphone unit. So we have to turn the transmitter on. And to do that, there's this little power button on the transmitter itself. I'm going to press and hold that button, and you'll notice the LED blink for a second, and it'll become solid. And you'll also notice where it says channel 1 up here and channel 2, the LED next to channel 1 has now come on, which tells us that we have a connection between the actual microphone unit and your smartphone audio. Now, once you've got it connected to a smartphone or camera, one of the things you'll need to adjust is the actual little gain dial up here, and you'll have to adjust it, and that can be adjusted anywhere from 0 all the way through plus 12 gain or minus 12 gain, and that'll all depend on your mounting of the actual transmitter unit or the microphone, where you actually clip it, and what produces the best sound. So you'll need a little bit of trial and error to figure out what gain setting works best. For me, minus 12 seems to work really well, so I would start at minus 12 and bump it up a little bit. Now, the only thing is these are stepped increases of gain, so it goes from minus 12 to minus 6. There's nothing in between, so that's the only thing to pay attention to. And the audio you're hearing right now, folks, is from the built-in microphone on my iPhone 16. Now, the microphone on the iPhone 16 is actually pretty good, but I want to give you a pretty good comparison of how this actually stacks up to the DJI Mic Mini and if it's worth the investment for you. And the audio you're hearing right now is from the DJI Mic Mini, and this is at a gain setting of minus 12, and the transmitter unit has been clipped to the collar on my t-shirt, and hopefully you can actually hear what the quality sounds like. Now to begin connecting it to my camera, I'm going to remove that smartphone adapter by sliding it out. I'm going to push on that adapter and slide it out of that slot gently, put that away, and then we will slide the actual receiver's clip, the base of the receiver's clip, into the hot shoe mount on your camera. And don't forget to power on the receiver unit on the camera by pressing and holding down on the power button. And also don't forget to turn on the microphone unit by doing the same, pressing and holding down the power button till the unit powers on, and you can see that green solid LED. And then you're going to plug one end of the provided audio cable into the port on the left hand side of the receiver unit and plug the other end into your mic port on your camera. So the audio you've been listening to so far in this video has been from the built-in microphone on my Panasonic S5 camera, but the audio you're hearing right now is from the DJI Mic Mini, and again I've clipped it to the collar of my t-shirt and it's being piped directly into the S5 as I showed you a few minutes ago. And as with the iPhone, I have the gain setting at -12, and just so you can tell the difference between the quality of the mic on the camera and the DJI Mic Mini, I'm actually going to switch back to the built-in microphone and then switch again to the Mic Mini so you can actually hear that difference. And so the audio you're hearing right now is again from the built-in microphone on the Panasonic S5 camera, and hopefully you can actually tell the difference between that and the Mic Mini. And again, we're back on the Mic Mini, and hopefully you can actually hear that quality. And as I said, the gain level again is set to -12, and this seems to work for me, but you can always experiment with other gain settings to see what works best for you. In my case, this seems to work the best. And if you're looking to buy one of these microphones, I'll leave a link right below the video, so feel free to check that out. And if you have any questions or concerns about the setup, please leave me a comment below. Hope this video was useful. If it was, please hit that like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel to stay tuned for more reviews, unboxings, and how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.